Thank you, Madam President, men and women of the Senate. It is a tough moment. We are so close. Indeed, we think we are one vote short. That's how close. That's how close. One vote short. Who knows? You never really know, I suppose, till you cast the votes. But one vote seems so close to being able to reduce taxes and reform our code in a way that Maine people have asked for. Throughout history, one vote has meant a lot in the United States, and it could mean a lot here today, but we're not there. I'd like to thank Senator Perry for his kind comments about the work that Senator Nass and I did this summer, and I'd like to thank Senator Nass for welcoming me into his home. Probably not a lot of progressive Democrats go around his kitchen table too often, I'd imagine, but he and his lovely wife were very welcoming and made a great cup of coffee and some good zucchini bread. But that was really just a beginning, and as much as Senator Perry, talks about that beginning, there was much, much, much work after that that really got us here today. As with most things that we create in the legislature, there is a small seed, there is an idea, but the people who really make the world change are the implementers of those ideas, not the people who begin or start or come up with them. And the implementers of those ideas really was the Taxation Committee and all of its members, who for months and months and months did unbelievable work. Never seen a committee work that well together. Chairman Perry deserves a tremendous amount of credit, his colleague in the House. Chairman Piatti deserves a tremendous amount of credit, but every member does as well. Because we really did do what Maine people have asked for. We have reformulated the tax code. LD 1925, which we are about to indefinitely postpone, would have radically changed Maine's economy. Our tax code was written 40 years ago, when there was a very different world in Maine 40 years ago. It's a much more mobile economy today, much more of a service sector today, but our tax code doesn't reflect it. Over and over again, we hear from both sides of the aisle the importance of our income tax and the effect that it has on the mobility of people coming to Maine and staying here to earn a living. Today, we had the opportunity but came one vote short of dropping our income tax code by 2 points. That is a huge deal. Not many states have done that. Would have made a dramatic difference in the lives of Maine people. Today we had a chance and came one vote short, perhaps, of doubling the homestead so that Maine people could get twice as much property tax relief as they receive today on the valuation of their home. One vote short of enhancing the circuit breaker program so that we could make sure that the lowest income people in our state could get the relief they so desperately need. People who cannot afford to live in their homes anymore. One vote. It's hard. But I hope today is also not the end. I hope today really is a next step, because I think that the work that we've done is still here. And I am an optimist. And I hope that we do come in for a special session, and I hope that our governor calls us to that task, or we call ourselves to that task, because we must get this done. And finally, I hope that we continue to strive to do this in a bipartisan way. And I say that to my side of the aisle, and I say it to the other side of the aisle, because unfortunately, I feel like this time, although we tried so hard, we weren't able to find that ground. And I don't put the blame on either side. But I hope that as we move forward in the process, both sides can figure out what they are willing to give up in order to get. Because the process of politics and the process of change and the process of making this state even greater than it already is the process of sacrifice. And whether it's personal or political, we must be willing to give up a little bit of our philosophy in order to gain a broader good for everyone. We get caught in our corners too often, unwilling to give, only wanting to receive. We must find a way to look beyond that. It's where Senator Nass and I started almost a year ago at this point. It's where the committee went for 5 months. But sadly today, we're one vote short of that. I will support the motion to indefinitely postpone, but I will do so very reluctantly. But I will